my bed to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Will today be rough or will today be great? 9, 10, 11, 12. Lately I've been going through hell. 13, 14, 15, 16. Today's the day. Are you coming? Are you sick of being normal? I'm sick of being average. I'm sick of being mortal. I'm about to be a savage. I see a lot of things that I want, I will have them. I got a new mindset that I just established. I'll march through the cold with the nails on the pavement. I'll shovel that coal just to get out the basement. My story will be told, helping others make changes. I'll be so bold, they will watch in amazement.
Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it. Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it.
Foot up on the pedal, pushing hard to the metal. Make a deal with the devil. Channel rage through my vessel into something that is special. Energy of a rebel, going up a level. I just wanna be greatness. I could feel changes, turn a new page and tie up my laces. I will be the bravest, break out of my cages. I will not be nameless, I will not be aimless.
Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it. Am I gonna face it? Am I gonna chase it? Am I gonna start over? I keep waiting. Time is limited, quickly fading. Get my mind right, it's my time to take it.
Right now.
So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a way.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, episode 231, with my guy Ray in here tonight. First time guest to the podcast. Ray, thanks for coming on, brother.
No problem, Steve. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Yeah, man. It's good. It was good to hear you earlier, man. But it's good to be able to see you face to face, man.
Yeah, live in the flesh, right?
Live in the flesh, man. Exactly. Yeah,
Well,
guys.
thank
Ray,
you for having me.
yeah, completely, bro. Thank you for taking the time to come on. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, guys. So this is Ray's first time coming on. Me and Ray, we've known each other for a long time, but we've kept in touch over the years. A couple of decades, man. I think since like Green Holly Campground days, going like way back to like mid 2000s.
Long time, and congratulations on your podcast as well.
Thank
Definitely
you,
not a lot of people doing what you're doing, so
thank you,
tip my
brother.
hat to you.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys. So basically, tonight's topic, we're gonna talk about a mix of different things. We're gonna talk a little bit about the importance of mindset, the importance of family. We'll talk a little bit about business principles, and we'll kind of wrap up just with like some faith in being Ray, both Christians, faith in God and everything, and the importance of that. So be a multitude of things tonight, but we're just gonna free flow it, and we'll like we usually do.
Absolutely. And one thing, I want to start this off by asking you, Steve. So, what made you? Because you feel like you bring your people on here, right? It's always about them. So, one question I had for you was one thing I was curious about is what made you get into this sort of like why a podcast? Why did it make sense for you? Like,
Appreciate
did you want to
that,
promote a positive message? Was it to have open dialogue? What was the reasoning behind those things?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you asking that question, man. Not a lot of people will ask that, and we actually have a website, man. It kind of breaks down our story, man. So basically, I started this in September of 2020, and it was like in the works during COVID with my former co-host. He's still a friend of mine. My former co-host George Menshai. We started this podcast together, but the ultimate goal of it was we wanted to be able to bring people on to share their stories, and then at the same time, this is a personal growth podcast. So we do talk sports here and there as entertainment, but the majority of this is personal growth. So for anybody watching out there to be able to hear people's stories, hear like these personal development journeys, and be able to try to get some inspiration or take some tips from that. That was the ultimate goal with this podcast. And yeah, man, just staying consistent, some weeks off here and there is like small little weekly hiatuses, but yeah, man, we're still going strong and we're reaching a lot.
What episode is this? Is this 500?
231, man.
Halfway there.
True, I know, man. So we just hit the 5-year mark on September 10th. Was 5 years, man. So still going strong.
That's good. And I've been a frequent viewer. I'll tap in here and there. When I have the time, I definitely take time out to make sure I know what's going on with you, what's going on with your show. I think it's great because not a lot of people are doing this. You created a space for open dialogue, which is what we need. Definitely what we need more of.
More communication, more open dialogue. I agree, man. And it's just like if I can get just someone to come on and hey, we have like open discussion and somebody can learn something from that, man, like that's what matters, man. Just getting reach and stuff like that. So that was the ultimate goal. And then some people I know have businesses, so to get them a little bit of reach coming on here, shouting them out. And then one of my good friends, he's kind of like now it's kind of like a 4-host thing. Like I'm the main host, and then I got other friends in the background, 3 other friends, and they sometimes help out with the pod too. So one of my guys, he's got a YouTube channel, and then he has a clothing brand that he started. So it's like, hey, we shout each other's stuff out all the time.
Hand to hand.
Exactly. So it works that way, man. But I love this, to be honest. I love the connections I built, and even though I don't do this with my former co-host anymore, I'm grateful for the connections that I've met through him. We had a former Philadelphia Eagle on this podcast before.
Oh, look at that! See, I had no idea. Look at that.
And he met him like doing security detail at a club. He met him there, and he came on a podcast. So it works out, man.
It does. It definitely does. And you're giving, it's good because you're giving people the platform to be able to get their business out there. Not only their business, but to express their minds and their thoughts. And that's very important. I couldn't agree more, Steve.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you asking that question because not a lot of people do. And yeah, man, like I have friends that'll come on, or people I know that'll come on this podcast. It'll be their first ever podcast. They'll be a little nervous. They'll be like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to fill an hour, and then they'll be surprised how quickly an hour goes by once you jump into discussion. Man, it goes by quick.
Just normal, basic conversation. Oh man, that's one of the things that we don't take for granted as humans, right? Time. Exactly. We could always make more money. We could always do this. We never get back time.
Exactly. Me and Ray, basically, that's what you said, like a normal conversation. It's funny. Me and Ray, like, pretty much almost did like a whole podcast conversation earlier. We were talking for like an hour.
I think in the last 2 conversations, we have over 5 hours of conversation. Right?
Conversation, man. Stimulating conversation. You know, those are the conversations people need to have more.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why people like you are important. People like you are definitely important. For the media space.
Yeah, man, and likewise for you, man. Everything we'll get into it, like what Ray does in real estate and everything like that, and like we'll go through like I'll introduce like your backstory and everything too, man. You can talk like where
man. Well, shit, it's been a journey. Excuse my language sometimes.
yeah. To be honest, man, you can use any language on here. I'm not like some people ask me, hey, can I curse? I'm like, yeah, man. It's to me, it's free flow, and I don't
have the mouth of a like I talk. I don't know. It's just me, right? It's just
we're from Philly though, man. You know what I mean? So I feel like
everything's F this.
I feel like it comes with the territory, man. You know, we have to filter ourselves in business settings, right?
No, absolutely. And people appreciate that. And I feel like the best thing you could do in a business setting is be yourself. Be yourself, talk like yourself. Don't change yourself. Stay true to what you believe in. Stay true to what you believe in.
Exactly. That's like authentic energy, and people can feel that, you know?
Absolutely. And I joke around with people. I'm always like, hey, it's okay to make people feel uncomfortable. It means the conversation's healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. People are always scared to like push those boundaries in conversation, but it's like, hey, that's it. I feel like you're not being authentic if you have to hold back, you know?
Absolutely. And people can sense that. People know when you're bull crap, and people know when you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
So I'd rather tell the truth.
Exactly.
That's just the way it is. Like,
exactly. Why hold back, man? Exactly. So like as I said, guys, we'll talk about the topics tonight, but like just diving in. So me and Ray basically, Ray grew, like can tell his story, but Ray's now down in Orlando, Florida. But he's a native to up here towards Philly. So Ray's down there now. And
Orlando's beautiful.
Yeah,
for all you people out there, Orlando's beautiful.
I know it, man. We were talking earlier, man. I mean, like Philly will always be my heart, man. But it's just like I always say that even on this podcast, like in terms of like raising a family, so Philly, like if you have the opportunity to get out of Philly, like if you're gonna have kids, like we said, like it depends on what you're happy with. We were actually talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Philly has a lot of culture. There's a lot of good parts of Philly too. I think Philly gets a bad rap. Philly gets a bad rap in a lot of
Philadelphia as a whole is a great city. Like culture, the food, most of all the people.
Yeah.
The people, the sports. Like it's everything combined into one. Philly creates some Kevin Hart, Will Smith. Definitely a lot of talent comes out of Philadelphia. And one thing that we always joke about is we call them the beast from the East. Like some of the best people in any type of industry, they all come from Philadelphia, Jersey, and New York. Just because the hustle and bustle is a lot different from the slower pace folks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Even Kobe Bryant came from Philly too.
Yeah, Mamba mentality.
Exactly. That's where it starts, man. It's like that's why I say about Philly. Like, of course, everybody sees the headlines. There is a lot of crime in Philly. There's violence for sure. Yeah. But what I would say too is a lot of people. This is a blue collar city. You know, a lot of people. And even with like our sports, you know, people get mad because players will get mad because we boo. But it's more accountability. Like this city, like we're gonna hold people accountable, man, and we wear our hearts on.
You're getting paid $100 million to do something, to hit a bait, to have fun. You have to be held somewhat accountable. You know what I mean?
Right. This is a blue collar city. I got guys going to work every single day, breaking their back for nothing.
People pay good money to watch you play.
Yeah, exactly. And take their kids and take their families to go see these games. It's like,
it's like another thing. Like the the thing they do in the NBA, right? What is that? Where they sit the player, like there's like some rule now, right? Ain't there like a rule where like they sit them down, like they play like X amount of games and then they have to rest?
Yeah, they give them it's like I forget what the exact word for it is, but it's basically like a planned rest. Yeah, where they sit them intentionally. It's like and like yeah, most people will say they don't understand that because it's like you're making millions of dollars, man, to play a sport.
Kobe
It's
didn't
like
take a rest. Iverson didn't take a rest. No, I mean, come on. It's just we live in a different age. I feel like with sports in general, like I love sports. I just feel like there's too much money involved in it now. I mean, from every aspect, you have the gambling, the players make a lot. There's just so much money consumed in the one thing.
Speaking of that, you hear about that today? What happened? The whole investigation that popped off?
Yeah, first I seen Terry Rozier, and then I looked, I'm like, oh shit. Like Chauncey Billups? I'm like, yo.
Yeah. My guy Todd, he had the word for it. He said load management for the sports. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what they call it. They call it load management.
Oh, load management. Yeah.
For in basketball. But yeah, man, this whole sports betting thing was crazy, man. The mafia was tied into it. They had a few different crime families tied in. Crazy.
They didn't get Skinny Joey in this, did they? Skinny Joey's on it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but they had Chauncey Billups in there, Terry Rozier, crazy stuff. And once you get involved with the mafia, man, if you don't collect on their money, you don't do what they're gonna do, man. You're gonna, I don't think they care if you're a celebrity or not.
I heard they even hemmed up a referee. I don't remember his name, but they got a referee too.
I did hear that. Yeah, I don't know what the name is, but I did hear that, man. But I'm like, wow. Yeah,
and I heard supposedly when they were locking him up, he asked one of the agents. He was like, "Hey, did Chris Paul put you up to this?" I don't know how true that is, but that's.
Oh wow, that's funny. man. But yeah, I heard crazy stuff with the casinos. I heard Chauncey Billups was involved like with some of the scams inside the casino. They had like cameras that could see through the table. And then they said they had stuff in the chandeliers, which for me, it's like, how in a casino could you get things into a chandelier if the casino wasn't somewhat in on? I don't know, like how that makes sense. I'm like, how could you get some with all the cameras they have in a casino? How could you get one into a chandelier? I don't know.
So Chauncey Billups was involved. So his situation has nothing to do about sports gambling.
Right. His is like,
wow, I didn't even know that.
Some of it is inside the casino. Yeah, it was like inside with the like his was like something with like the mafia, like something inside the casino. So he has something inside casinos. He had ties with like poker scandal or something. I don't know, but there's apparently a whole ring going on. So I don't know if they're going to catch other people, but I was telling somebody though, I was like, if it was like LeBron James though, they probably turn a blind eye. Like, you know what I mean? It depends on who's getting caught. If it was like, I don't know, in football, Patrick Mahomes, like, probably turn a blind eye. Like
those big names. And it's like, why? It's like, I don't know, people are never content, right? Like you're making millions of dollars as an NBA head coach. You're just that much more greedy that you have to destroy your life. Destroy your family's life. Destroy your livelihood of how you support your family.
Exactly.
For a couple extra $100,000.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley got caught up.
Yeah.
Remember they suspended him just for a year, but they caught up Calvin Ridley on sports betting. And Terry Rozier is pretty serious. I heard he like intentionally like faked an injury during a game or something.
Yeah, I've seen that. It was like a $200,000 bet, right, on his under or something like that.
Yeah. But I do think they turn blind eyes for certain things, like the whole Ohtani thing in baseball. They blame the translator, and I'm like, yeah, but was it really? You know what I mean? Ohtani, he's the face of the MLB basically right now. So
yeah, they can't.
They can't mess with him because it's like
it's going to cost them too much money.
Yeah, it's all about money. So it's like they're going to lose. Exactly. It's going to.
That's the thing. It's all about money. Like, dude, like whatever happened to. Like when we grew up, right? Like Randy Moss, like dudes like this who played their heart out, their heart out, gave their freaking all every game. Granted, they complained, but they were complaining about getting the ball, right?
Yeah, and sports betting has become a lot different. Like now you can bet on apps and stuff. Back in the day, you needed to go to like a bookie to
I know.
Bets in. It's so
joke
different.
Around all the time. Like, can you believe like this is somewhat legal now, but hey, years ago, you couldn't bet anything.
It was so different.
I put $1 million on first pitch strike.
Yeah, you had to know a guy, and it was like taboo. Like
it was, man. Crazy.
It really is. We can get on. Well, that could be a whole podcast episode, man. So yeah. So my guy Ray, like I said, he's native to here to Philly. And then what year? What year did you move down to Orlando?
It's 2020, like right
Okay.
during during the mess. Yeah, right during the mess. Came down here. Just the new beginnings, new journey, humble beginnings, humble beginnings.
I love that, man.
I wouldn't trade this for nothing else. Let's just say that.
Yeah, man. I love that, man.
When I was created in Philadelphia, like I said, Philadelphia produces raw talent, like raw.
They really
raw
do,
talent.
man.
And once you come from that type of culture then you bring what you learn, right? And then you bring it somewhere new, and then you start bringing your life into other people's lives, and they see you and they can sense that. It just changes the whole dynamic, your whole dynamic.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And like I said, Philly, it's no judgment to anybody who wants to stay in Philly and raise their family there. But there's a lot of people I know have also moved to Florida. They've taken that journey down south too to live down there too. And anyone I know that has moved to Florida, they love it down there, man. They love
I adapted the Florida orange. Like I'm orange all year round now. I love it.
Yeah, man. You get the palm trees, you get the sun, you get the warm weather, man. It's like you don't get those frigid winters that we get up here anymore.
Nobody's in a rush. Everybody's driving 20 miles an hour. It's the best thing. It's good.
That's true too, man. Any of the cities, they say like the northeastern portion of the United States is like the most in a hurry. It's like the most stressful. You got Boston, New York, Philadelphia, like all these big major cities. Everybody's in a rush all the time.
In a rush to go nowhere. Like when we went back up there and during the holidays, I was like, I can't believe I used to drive here. I can't believe I drove here. I'm like, what the? I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, everybody's doing 80. What the hell?
Yeah, everybody's riding somebody's bumper or honking horn. It's like everybody's just like in a hurry all the time, and it's just crazy.
My wife gets mad because I drive 5 miles below the speed limit. She's like, "Why are you driving?" I'm like, "That's just I cruise. I'm a Floridian."
Yeah, exactly. Now you've been there 5 years, man. You've converted. That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Orlando just opened up a whole nother market, a whole nother life that I never thought was possible. Never thought was possible.
Absolutely, man. I love what you're doing too, man. Like how you moved down there with the family, man. You guys are in a great position right now, man. All glory to God. I love that.
Amen.
And I love what you're doing in terms of the business and everything. So Ray can talk. Like Ray was working at Gary Barber's in Northeast Philly, like up there.
Barber's on the boulevard.
Yeah. Yep, those commercials. So Ray was working over there, and I'll let Ray talk about that. Now Ray is like,
oh man,
down there, and I'll let him talk.
Jeez, well, yeah, that's really where the journey started. I was talking to you before we hopped on here. I started off as $11 an hour car washer.
Yeah. Scrubbing
tires, parking cars.
Literally, yep.
For 5 years, never missed a day of work. Always showed up early, showed up on time. Then it came to a point where, you hit that part of your life, you become a little bit older and you just want better things for yourself, for your family. So, of course, it's a scary thing to take that leap, but, I just leaped into car sales. My entry-level sales job, and I capitalized on my opportunities. I feel like a big thing with people it's opportunity. Like everyone has an opportunity at something. It's just up to us, the fleshly human being, to decide to take advantage of the opportunity.
Yep.
Really all it is, because God already has your way. Your road's already paved. It's just a matter of choices that you make that are going to lead you to success or lead you somewhere else. But I was just always hungry. Like I just like the quickness. It's the quickness of it. It's the quickness of the move, the fast-paced environment. Like when you went on a Barber's, I used to joke. I'm like, yeah, it's like working on Wall Street on a Saturday. Some freaking a little mom and pop dealership selling 60 cars in a day. You're going 25 salesmen. There's just papers flying all over, bells ringing. And it really developed me like as a person. It really did.
Yeah. It's like
certain things that I learned that still instilled in me to this day. Like I would never forget Gino Barbera. I'm walking, like I have a customer on a lot. I'm walking. I have to go back up to the showroom to grab a key. And I'm walking. And he's like, hey, he's like, why are you walking? He's like, you're a young man. He's like, move with some authority. And ever since he told me that, I've seen the importance of moving with authority, like moving quickly, because you're working for your people. When your people see you moving quick, you're hustling. And that was always just instilled, just that one little thing that he said to me.
Yep. Move with intention. Yep. So it's like, it shows them exactly.
Like, walk quicker. He was like, you're a young man. He's like, you're 20 something. He's like, come on, run. He's like, walk quick. It's like, what the frick are you doing? Walking slow. Run, move.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's funny how you said a thing on Wall Street too. It's like in Wolf of Wall Street, he goes, you want to know what money sounds like? Go to a trading floor on Wall Street. You go hear how like these people talk. You see how the like
how it was. You just heard bells ringing, paper flying. Like it was insane. It was insane.
Yeah, man.
It was definitely insane.
But like you said, man, humble beginnings, man. Like you said, you started as detailing, man. You had a work ethic there. Somebody could recognize that, man. Moved you up into sales, man. You started selling cars, and then boom, like you got your sale. You built your sales experience from there.
Yeah, that was I feel like I was blessed with where I worked at, like where I started at, because like in the auto industry in Philadelphia, you go anywhere, any other dealership, there's salesmen that are scared to work at Gary Barbera's because of how strict their policy is and how they sell cars. Like it was something where, hey, even if a customer was walking on a lot and they're in there for an oil change, hey, did you say hello to this guy? Is he helped? And people were scared of that, you know, because you were held. They held you to. I mean, because Gary used to say it all the time. So, hey, my name is on the side of this building. He's like, my name's on the side of this building. He was like, you guys are a representation of me and my business. He was like, this is how I want it ran. This, and it really, for a young man, it develops you.
Yep. It holds you to a specific standard, and it's like, but then that also is positive because it shows you how to interact with people in those situations to actually show respect. And people like that. People enjoy that. You know what I mean? Especially in a city like Philadelphia. You know what I mean? This is all about respect here and about, you know what I mean? It's like, like people in Philadelphia, like they might seem like they have a rough exterior, but those people, you know, we're very much about like respect here in Philadelphia. So yeah, a market like this, man, so important.
Absolutely. Even, you know what we were taught? Treat people nice.
Yep.
Treat people nice, respect people. That's it. That was it. Just respect people, treat people nice. The people will come. Just keep treating people nice. Exactly. Gary, he's all over.
Yeah.
He's on commercials, on trash cans. Gary Barbera's.
Yeah, you see him everywhere. Like if I listen to like sports radio, you hear Gary Barbera. It's probably like 2-3 times in a segment. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you see his billboards and everything. Completely different, but it's like this guy in Philly now is Top Dog Law, like Top Dog. He's everywhere. I see
Top
Dog Law, man. He everywhere.
Is he an injury lawyer?
Yeah, he's an injury lawyer. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's like everywhere, man. And like he's a young cat, man. He got to be in his 30s, but like, dude, he's like.
Oh, is he on like social media? Right, he's on social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's everywhere, man. He's on like SEPTA buses. He's on like billboards. They got him everywhere.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, man. He went huge with his advertisement, dude. Hell yeah. A lot of exposure, but. Yeah, man. It's just
that's fear. You know, what we were talking about earlier, it's the fear. And I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, when we were talking about that, and I'm like, fear's false.
Yep.
It's in war starts in your mind. Like the devil, fear was created from the enemy.
Yeah.
It's fear. Like it's just fear, the fear of the unknown.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But, look at that guy, because there's going to be people who don't like you.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But there's going to be a ton of people who like you.
Our biggest thing we're at war with is our own mind. And David Goggins even says that. David Goggins is like, your biggest enemy is yourself. Like your own mind is your biggest enemy, because you can be built on the exterior, like whatever, you know, you could be in a gym doing all these things, but it's like, at the end of the day, where where everything starts is up here. Like, we're at war with ourselves every single day. Like,
Absolutely. We battle. We're in the
guess ourselves.
flesh. We're fleshly. We're human beings. We're not perfect. The war,
Yep.
really, that's where he's right. David Coggins is right. That's where it starts in your mind. Like,
Right.
the power of a thought, whether it's good or bad, the power of a thought is a very powerful thing.
Mindset is so critical, man. And you know what I noticed too is this is from personal experience too. The more you put things off, or you say, I'm gonna do it the next day, I'm gonna do it the next day, I'm gonna do it the next day. I'm gonna be honest, the more times you sabotage that, the more you build in your head that you can't trust yourself. I'm gonna be honest, like that happens to a lot of people. But the crazy thing is you can still trust yourself. You can still shift that perception. Like there can just be that one day where you're like, you know what, I'm making that change. But we doubt ourselves so much, especially if we've been sabotaging ourselves for years.
Yes.
We learn not to trust ourselves anymore.
And you know what I came to realize too, Steve, is that I think people have to hit this point where it's like, I'm tired.
Right.
Like I'm tired. Like I'm just tired of, because that's one thing I always preach. I'm like, hey, you have to be comfortable with not so much physical, right? But you have to be comfortable with yourself when you look in the mirror, like knowing you didn't sell yourself short. Yeah. Because doubt, fear, you're cutting yourself short. People don't understand that though, but you're cutting yourself short by taking a shortcut.
Yep.
Taking a shortcut instead of taking the road that's going to create character, because I think people expect immediate results, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They just expect something to work like that, and they don't want to go through the process. That's why athletes go broke, right? Because they come from nothing and not understanding anything. Good at sports, but hey, they don't understand certain parts of life. Then they get into the NBA, make all this money, and they're broke and don't know how to.
They've never had it before. They've never even seen anything close to it. So it's
they haven't been in the middle.
Yeah,
they go from down here to up here
so quickly and that's the thing. It's not without earning, I guess, because you had to, you might have talent, but you still need to put in work. But what I will say is they move up quicker than most, right? Like if you have that raw talent, some people are born very talented and they're able to hone in on that craft and that talent that they were given. And hey, as a young kid, I don't care how much work you put in. If you're a young kid at say 18, 19, 20 years old, you're going to we'll just say the NBA, for example, you're getting out of college at 19 or 20, you go 1 year and you go, or you go right to the NBA, you're as talented, you get a lot of money very quickly, you obtain a lot of wealth. And if you don't know how to handle that, you don't have that maturity at that level, you don't have good people in your corner too. That's very important. Like people in your corner, it can be
very important because, hey, okay, so say you don't know anything, right? You make millions and millions of dollars, and then you hire someone who you trust or someone in your corner who's supposed to take care of those financial obligations and those responsibilities, and they shortcut you.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. It's like, I owe this taxes. I owe this. Because people are robbing you.
Because money, man, like people are greed is such a. Man, the devil works, man. It's serious. Like if somebody gets access to that type of money too, like somebody who was in your corner and they've never had that before, greed can take over. If it can really take over, especially if you've never seen money like that before. You're like, oh, I got access to this. Yeah, they scoop a little off for themselves, behind somebody's back. It happens all the time,
Yeah, let me buy this, buy that. I think it happened to Ryan Howard. Like I think his mom or one of his family members and they put him in a bad spot.
Yeah.
And that's the importance of just not even financial literacy, but just knowing things, right? Like I say this all the time, like no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn.
Yep, exactly.
There's always more to learn.
Yep. I would say like in that circumstance, when it comes to money like that, the two best things you can probably do is hire someone who is, somebody who is a financial advisor, somebody who can tell you where to park your money in spots where, hey, it's going to grow for you. And also legally, like hire yourself a lawyer, make sure you got somebody legally to take care of and make sure you can protect yourself.
Absolutely.
When you have that type of money.
100%.
Yep.
Because some of those rookie contracts are crazy.
Yeah, you definitely need protection for your assets, and a lot of people don't. I always say like LeBron from I've always been a fan of him as a player. politics wise, I don't agree with like some of his views there, but I will say in terms of business too, his business mindset is incredible. And he was very fortunate. He grew up with boys who were like Maverick Carter and Rich Paul. He put Rich Paul on as an agent. He's got Maverick Carter. A part of his team basically. And, they all are like work with him now. You know what I mean? I mean, Rich Paul became like the biggest agent in the NBA, and that's LeBron's boy. So they grew up together. So, but I will say at 18 years old, the amount of fame that he got, the fact that he's like, you don't hear any scandals with him, man. None of them.
Everything's always clean.
Yep, exactly. You don't ever hear scandals of him stepping out on his wife. You don't ever hear scandals about him doing some crazy stuff in a club. Like at 18, the fame that he got, the maturity that he had is incredible, especially because he came from Akron too. Like he came from not a great section of Ohio. He came from Akron and kind of was in the hood, but luckily he had like a coach that was kind of like a mentor to him. But man, I'm not gonna lie, to have that type of fame like coming into the NBA at 18 years old is like crazy. He was pretty much named the chosen one in the NBA, and like
he was the chosen one at freaking 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, he was a prodigy.
Like destined for him. And that goes back to tell you, like when I came down to Orlando, right, and then I ended up, I got a really good sales job, and and that position, we met. There was a lot of former athletes, like AAA athletes, or athletes on a professional level. Like I will never forget this kid named Nick D. He was our age. His name was Nick Diaz. He got drafted by the Padres. And I just thought it was like, I'm like, okay, I'm working with someone who played AAA ball for the Padres and he played professional baseball in Mexico. I'm like, I have a couple questions for this guy. Like, I just want to know certain things. So I'm like, if you don't mind me asking, what was okay, your first contract that you signed? How did it look? Like, what was rookie bonuses, anything? His first contract was for $600,000. And he told me, and he was about 19 years old with the Padres. And he told me it was probably one of the worst things at that time of his life that happened to him. He was like, he just wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it. And I used to joke around with him, like, I'm like, that's why you're here with us, right? Because we're so good at playing baseball, right? But he just wasn't ready for it. He said he would be, I think he got drafted when he was 20. And he was like, he would be in center field. He played one of the outfield positions. And he said he would just be dreaded from the night before. Like, all hung over. He was like cheating on his wife. And he was like, it destroyed him. It was like, it was a blessing, but it destroyed him. And then he tried to slowly rebound himself in Mexico. One of his biggest accomplishments was he was like, you know who Bartolo Colon is? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, of course, Bartolo Colon. He's like, I hit a home run off Bartolo Colon in the Mexican League. That was like one of his big highlights. But yeah, man, good guy. Never panned out for him professionally because that amount of money, $600,000, granted, it's not $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, $100 million, but that lump sum of money at once for someone who never really had it at that age, it's a recipe for disaster.
100%, man. It's like, that's why it's like, a lot of people just aren't ready for it. And yeah, man, that's why it's like, it's such like if you receive that type of money at 30 versus like at 18 or 20 years old, it's a big difference because you've been around longer. Some people still don't have that maturity at 30 years old too. You know what I mean? Everybody it develops maturity, I guess, at different rates, but the more likelihood is if you looked at statistics, if you looked at someone who's 20 years old versus 30, somebody at 30 has seen a little bit more and has gone through some trials and tribulations. Basically, they've been through a
little bit more experience, a little bit more seasoned.
Exactly. They've seen more, so they understand how quick money can come and go. So it's just like, and that's like anything. It doesn't even just have to be money, but it's just like people see more things. For sure, man. But man, I'm proud of you for where you've come, man. So you were at Gary Barberas. Now, man, you're down in Orlando, and you're in real estate, right?
My wife. We have our own real estate team. Pretty much our business model is we go around. We specialize in new home construction, and it's different from traditional real estate, right? And the number one reason why people buy new construction here in Orlando is, of course, because of the incentives. Like you look at the rates now, they're coming down slowly now. Like they're dropping.
Yeah.
But when you compare, a 6% to a 6.25% rate compared to freaking new home builder. You get a brand new home and they can give you a 3.99 for 30 years or a 4.99 for 7 years with the option to refinance. And there's just way too many financing options. So to me, it was like a market that like we both seen opportunity in. I'm like, hey, like, you know, like we can make something happen, because the way I viewed it is the builders already have the inventory, right? Because they already have the spec homes, the model homes. Yeah. All we do is go in there, shoot a video, engage in content, post it, and let the market tell us what it wants. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's that simple. Like, you know. I mean, there's a lot of it's short, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. But it's like, hey, like if you don't have the mindset like you to get on camera, to speak in front of people, to do this consistently for 257 episodes, the consistency and the thrive, then hey, it's never gonna work. Like, I just hate to sugarcoat it for people because there's so many. There's an influx of realtors here in Orlando. Everyone, like, this is like. It's almost like in Philly how everybody has a city job or some shit like that, like something like that. Like everybody here has their real estate. Like everyone here is some type of realtor. There's a lot of competition here because there's a lot of people from all over moving to Orlando,
right?
For all different kinds of reasons. Because like number one, Orlando's a really safe place to live, great place to raise a family, because you have all the suburbs on the outskirts of Orlando. You have Oviedo, Florida, Lake Nona. St. Cloud, Winter Haven. You have all these different Windermere, freaking Shack. Desmond Bain lives in Windermere. Like a lot of there's a lot of money here, a lot of opportunity here.
Yep.
And this is the number one visited place in the world. More people come here than anywhere in the world. So it's like a hot, trendy market.
It's a
so
central
hub. Like, take advantage of what's in front of you. You know.
Exactly.
So that's what I do. I try to take advantage of the opportunity. And it's been working. It's definitely been working. Busy, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, man, busy's good for sure. We were saying earlier, Orlando's like a central hub, man. It's like people are just coming from all over. And then, of course, goes without saying, you obviously have Disney World too in Orlando. So it's you got tons of people coming from all over the world just to go there, man. You know, we
Disney World, Magic Kingdom. Kissamee's a shithole, but hey, excuse my language there. But you have Davenport. There's just so many desirable locations here that people want to be here. And then you compare it to, of course, it's going to be more expensive than some other places, right? Like it's a little bit more pricier than Philadelphia, but it's less than Miami.
Right.
You get it? You get it? So people from Miami look at it like, hey, I don't need to pay $900,000 for a home. I can pay $600,000.
Exactly. Yeah, Miami is just like it's a whole other thing, but it's like, it's just, it depends. Yeah, exactly. The markets, right? It's like of course, like Philly is going to be so it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like a middle ground. You know what I mean? It's not you know, and it's a good spot where you can, like you said, raise a family, it's you know, you don't have to deal with like a lot of the crime in certain other areas. You know what I mean? So it's
like it's peaceful. It's very, 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 very peaceful place to live. Of course, there's parts of Orlando that ain't. It's a city, right? It's the city of Orlando. So there's parts of the city that aren't good they're not the best places to live as well. But overall, Central Florida as a whole is just a great place to be. Like really great place to be, and great place to raise a family, great place to own land. Schools are great.
That's important. Yeah.
You know, schools are definitely great. Politics are a little bit different, so the policies are a little bit different, right? Like this is more of a like a landlord-friendly state, right? So it's just the policies are different. It's different policies overall.
Exactly.
In Florida in general. You know?
Yep, exactly. And we were just talking about like it's one thing that people like you were saying about like even with the school districts, man, like some spots can look nice in certain states, right? But then if the school districts aren't good, it's like that could be a deal breaker for a lot of parents because if you have your kids, you want them to be in like a solid school district,
Absolutely. You know what they're doing here? So a lot of these newer developments now, because some of these developments are master plan developments, like they're humongous. Like they build 5, 6, 7 phases, some of them, and they actually build like schools inside the development now.
Wow.
So there's like schools, there's like a middle school, elementary school, and a high school all within like the community. It's a little bit different. Definitely. It's different when you see parents picking up their kids and golf carts and shit.
That's incredible, man. Yeah, so like that's definitely a new concept to me. So wow, they're building inside the development. That's so like all the kids in the development, they're all going to know each other. It's going to be so tight knit.
Yeah, it's like a tight knit type of thing. And these developments, some of these master plan developments, they're freaking humongous. Yeah, they're humongous, well maintained. And it's sort of like a no brainer, especially for we have a lot of police from up north coming down here, moving down here. Medical field.
Okay.
That's mainly a lot of the people who we're seeing coming from up north. They're either a police officer or in some type of medical business, like some type of a nurse, RN, paramedic, something like that.
Wow. Man, yeah. So it's honestly Orlando is just it's still like it's a spot that's been up and coming for quite a bit, but now it's just continuing, man. It's like, but like that's all the things that kind of matter to a lot of people, though, right? It's like it's a nice area. Number one, it's like number two, it's like there's a lot around it too. So it's like you're not like rural, right? Like it's like suburban where like you're not too far from things. Good school districts, like there's a lot of different things,
absolutely. Absolutely. And there are some rural places, like don't get me wrong, there's some rural places and there's some places that are but the thing about it is it's developing so quick that there's not enough like infrastructure for the demand. Like there's way more, but we don't have enough demand for people. Right. Like when you're driving on a simple road at 3 o'clock, I had to turn around. I had to freaking turn around and freaking make a U-turn the other day because I was going to a place that was 20 minutes from where I am, but it's 4 o'clock in Orlando, and you can't go everywhere. Every highway exit's jammed. Every highway's jammed. There's not enough infrastructure to deal with the influx of people. Like it's just becoming crazy. It's crazy jam-packed.
You know where I was hearing a lot about that? My aunt, she was living for a little bit, and now she moved back to Jersey. But she was living in Austin for a little bit in Texas, and Austin is like jammed up. Same thing because there's a lot of up and coming out down there, and the infrastructure versus the amount of people. There were a lot of people that were moving out of California, out of Silicon Valley, like down into Austin, to get out of California because not to talk bad about California, but a lot of people, politics and stuff. People were getting out of California to move down to Texas.
Yeah, I mean, forget politics. It's just the truth. Like it's just the facts. Like there's California, New York, Philadelphia, Jersey. People were definitely moving south. Texas, Florida. Yeah. Now there's a whole bunch of. I don't know how hip you are to this kind of stuff, but there's a lot of things going on in Texas now. So now people from Texas now are migrating here. Granted. They have Governor Abbott. They have a Republican governor. They have but there's just a lot of things going on there. And I know people from freaking Texas are moving here. Right. I was talking to this guy the other day. He's from Chicago, and he's like, freaking guy. He's so delusional. He's like, he thinks he could get an acre lot here, big 5-bedroom house for $350,000. I'm like, bro, that does not exist here. He's like, well, I see it in Texas and Austin and all these. I'm like, this is completely different, bro. Like this is a whole nother thing. You're looking at double.
Yeah. And I would even say in Austin, you probably ain't getting that for $350,000, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I don't know where he's getting those figures from, but like
average price of a home is crazy now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like, especially in like up and coming cities like Austin or Orlando. Good luck. You ain't getting that for that. I mean, you can get a home for $350,000 in Orlando. It ain't gonna be on an acre lot with 5 bedrooms.
You're gonna be you're gonna be in a community where your neighbor's working on his car, or grease falling on the street, and tow trucks coming. That's gonna be crazy. But you know what the minimum? You know what lenders? You know what the minimum annual income is like to qualify for a home now? Like what the lenders are looking for? It's $100,000.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
crazy.
It is crazy, especially if like you're single and you don't like have, you don't have two incomes coming in. There's a lot of people. The average person doesn't make $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year isn't what it used to be, but the average person does not make that. That's still not a median income.
Mm-hmm. I always say now, like it's crazy because $100,000 now is almost like equivalent to the new like 50, 60, 70 grand type of year type of thing,
Right.
$100,000 really don't do nothing for you anymore.
Right. It's crazy.
And it's a shame because it should.
Yeah. Where you used to be able to, you could support a whole family on that. Like, you know what I mean? Back in the day, like easily.
You could have made freaking
60.
Not even long ago, back in 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, you can make 40, 50 grand a year and be okay and support of a family of two. You know what I mean?
Yep, it's so different, man. We grew up in the we grew up in a harsh, like I always say, our childhoods, like we grew up in a solid era. But I was like, yeah, now is this markets wise, it's very tough. You know what I mean? Like the dollar for like what people are earning versus the market for housing is just like it's not equal. It's not an equal take. Yeah,
it's insane. I mean, we need to make housing affordable for people. Not affordable. Housing needs to become affordable for regular working people.
Right.
Not just being on that cusp where it's like, you might qualify. We still need this or this stipulation or this. Like, there should be some type of thing besides freaking first-time home buyer. There has to be like some type. That's why it's important for these rates to come down.
Yeah, it is. It's so important. I was going to say, you got it a good time, man, at COVID, man. 2020, 2021, man, those were solid times, man. After 2021, like early 2021, that's when everything started to jack up, man.
Yeah, the risks, it started to become more riskier. A lot of risk.
Exactly, man. It was different. I know after early 2021, like that's I knew some people that bought like January, February 2021, and then it was like after those times, like you start to get later in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Now it's about to be 2026. It's like everything.
It's crazy. Just in 2020, what was it? 2021, you could lock in. You could have locked in at a 2.9.
Right.
Now the average rate for freaking 800 credit score is 5.996. That's a lot of money.
That is. It's double. It's a double. The rate is like literally doubled. It's crazy, and that's for an 800 credit score.
Yeah. making 200 grand a year.
Literally, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Man. Yeah, man. Like, so I dibbled in that. Not even dibbled in it. I'm doing it. It's just, I just can't believe everything that's like when you put your foot on the gas and you really do something with purpose, and when you believe, hey, like the sky's the limit. Like,
God is good, man. Amen.
Since we spoken, not today, but the previous time, I had 2 more people under contract.
Wow. So literally literally spoke like a few weeks ago, like before that.
2 more people under contract. 2 more people under contract.
Fantastic, man. I love it, bro. God is good. Like I said, man, he is good. And like it's just so different when you wake up every single day with intention and purpose. That's the key, man. So many people, and guilty with myself for a long time, we wake up and we go with emotions. We go with the emotions of every single day. It's like, I would encourage anybody, and I always say this on the podcast, I encourage anybody that if you really don't know what your purpose is, find some time when you have downtime to really just self-reflect, really look in and take that time to be intentional and sit with yourself and just really focus what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and find a way you can, you know what I mean, make money from it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not even just in your career right away. Maybe it's like you're after work, you're putting in some hours on something. You know what I mean? Just figure something out. There is a lot of opportunity to make money in this world. That is one thing I will say. There's a lot of opportunity. So like with the markets and everything going up, there's also a lot of opportunity with the internet, with like social media, a lot of ways to, build something, make money, get certifications like online, right? There's ways to get things.
Because it's always in your mind. It's always like, I'm in my office right now talking to you. Like, it's just in your mind, right? Because I speak to realtors all over, and there's always there's always some kind of, I try to say things without being like so harsh, but there's always like some kind of like excuse. Like there's always an excuse. Every time I hear someone say, oh, the market, I'm like, okay. Like I already know sort of like, and it's not that person's fault. It's just that they're just lost. Cause that's what I came to realize is just that it's not that people don't know any better. Right. It's just that because they lack the knowledge and they lack. One thing I always have to tell myself, and me and Ariel, I taught Ariel this, and she tells me, like, no one is going to work harder than what you're going to do, right? Because I always I don't know why, but I always just expect people to always have my thrive. Like if I bring someone on, like I'm always expecting, but I always and it always lets me down. I'm like, geez, man, like I really thought this. So what I came to learn is I have to accept that not everyone is on the same path, but not everybody is made to do what you do as well. You know what I mean? Not everybody is made for certain things. And it's just I love helping people, and I want people to succeed like at a high level. Like I want people to be happy. Forget the money. It's just saying that you did it. You know what I mean? Like feeling good about yourself. Like, yo, I did it. Like I took the time out of I got in my head, because remember I told you I lost my dad, and that was something that was freaking, because my dad was young. He was 44, 45 years old.
Wasn't expected, yeah.
And that was something that I had to shake off. You know, not shake off, because you're always going to love the person, but it's like life goes on, and unfortunately, as freaking harsh as it sounds, the world does not care about your problem. The world doesn't care if I'm Raymond with kids and a wife and I have this. The world doesn't care if you're Steven with children, with a wife. The world does not care.
Yeah, it doesn't, man. It doesn't stop for anybody. That's the thing. The world and time just doesn't stop for anybody. It's time is it's fluid. It's always in motion. It's not going to stop. It's like how we navigate is so important. I always say, as men too, for sure, like a lot of men will push their things down. They don't, and I don't think they know how to cope in a healthy manner or know how to navigate. And that's as well.
Our suicide rate is high in men, higher with men, because there's really no outlet. Not to say there's no outlet. There's outlets, but there's no, I feel like men don't have the proper skills to really cope with certain things,
Yeah, they're not taught from an early age, especially if you have fathers who came from a different, they came from a different dynamic too, where they were kind of told to, we don't show any type of emotion, or, that's where they came from. So then they tell that to their sons. I do think there's going to be a change in the future generations now, as I think a lot of people our age, they're starting to recognize these things and break these generational curses and kind of pass that on to their sons. But there are a lot of outlets, right? But we also get caught up with our own pride, right? Because that's how we were taught. And, for sure. Pride and ego, man. It's a detriment of a lot of us out here. It is. Man. We struggle to be.
That's what it is. It's pride. It's a lot of pride. The pride. Hey, I cry.
Yeah, me too, man.
I cry.
Yeah, man.
I cry. We're human beings. Before we're men, before we're women, before we're black, before we're white, before we're Hispanic, we're human first. There's one race, and that's the human race.
Exactly.
We're the only. I think that sometimes, people just need to think. Just think about things for a second.
Right.
Me, I always think of origins of how things came about, and the origin of purpose, right? Because it's we're humans. We're a species on this planet. We're the only species who we don't eat each other. Granted, there's cannibals, right? But we don't eat each other. We're not wild animals. We don't eat each other. We really weren't even created to harm each other. That's something that was taught.
Right. Going to war and hurting each other. Yeah, that was something that was taught.
Humans. We're not we're the only species on this planet that I was driving today and I was looking at cows, and I say the most stupidest things sometimes. I looked at the cow and I looked at my wife, and I'm like, what do you think the cow's thinking?
So true.
Conscious? Is it aware of its surroundings? Does it, you know what I mean? We're the only species who is civilized. We're civilized species.
we can think critically. It's like it's so different. It's not just instincts. Like animals, they go off of like instincts, right? But
Yeah.
we can critically think and like challenge things and be able to. Yeah, it's amazing what we can do. And I would even say to men feeling their emotions and crying, right? What are they? What's there's a saying, right? Jesus wept. Jesus cried too.
He
Jesus
did.
cried too. So it's
Jesus did.
like, yeah, he was a man, but he cried. He's the son of God and literally cried. So
Yeah. And that's where I was going. And that's exactly where I was going with it, because God created us in his image. Like we're fleshly
yep,
human beings. Like
exactly.
we're not a dog. Like we're not a cow. Like we have emotion. You know what I mean? We have human
Exactly.
emotions that have to be expressed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you just have to find that coping, like that coping mechanism, or that outlet, or that person to go to, or that, you know what I mean? Because hey, look, once my dad died, and it's still sometimes it still gets to me, because I don't ever get a call, right, from someone like, hey
Right.
son, I'm proud of you. Like I'm proud of what, no one tells me that they're proud, but
Right.
I accepted that. You know what I mean? Because hey, now I have to make my son proud of me. Now I have to be proud of my son. Now I have to start.
Exactly.
So, it develops you. Like it's just all about like learning. Like I
Yep.
truly believe like God put us here to learn.
Exactly. Exactly,
Like
man.
just to learn from our mistakes, even from our right doings. Like everything is a learning experience. Like we don't know everything.
No,
It's impossible.
it's not possible, man. We are not perfect. We are literally, I mean, dude, we're flawed we're flawed by nature. Like, you know what I mean? Literally, from the Bible,
Yeah.
right? From Adam and Eve, right? So we're sinful
Yeah.
by nature. We got original sin. We all make mistakes. There's nobody in this world that is perfect. So it's like,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
nobody.
We're human beings. We're not perfect. We're gonna mess up. We're gonna fall out of touch with God sometimes. We're gonna lose ourselves sometimes. We're gonna be bigger than what we're supposed to be sometimes. We're gonna
Yeah.
smoke cigarettes. We're gonna drink alcohol.
Yep.
Everything is a learning
Whatever.
experience.
Yep, exactly. It's like we all have our vices, right? But I'd say also it shapes us into who we are for sure, because that's how we
Yeah,
learn. We learn from making mistakes. So like you were saying, it's like that's
100%.
what that's the important part. What do we take from the mistakes we make? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again with the same result. So
Yeah,
if you're not taking something from the mistakes you made, you could be stuck in a loop for your entire life. And we're only here for such a short amount of time.
and
So
that's why I don't get it wrong. Like we'll have, our get-togethers once or twice a year, birthday parties, holidays. Hey, I'll have a beer. I'll have 2 beers, but I stopped consuming alcohol. Like just because, like for like 3 or 4 years now, just because I don't like. First of all, I don't like the way it makes me feel.
right.
I don't like the person that I feel like when I consume alcohol. So now it's like I don't even like being around anything like that. Like I get nervous when someone's like, "Hey, do you want to come?" It could be Applebee's or somewhere. "Hey, do you want to come and have?" And I'm like, "Oh, is there going to be alcohol?" Like it makes me nervous
Right.
because I know we're human beings, and I know that anywhere there's any type of substance that could. I mean, let me know if I'm cuckoo, but like if anywhere where there's any type of substance that could alter your mind, there's a possibility for something to go wrong, and I just don't want to deal with that kind of thing. Like I don't want to. And you're not wrong for doing that.
Right. I agree with you, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's anything could kind of happen in those scenarios. So I get it too. And that's the thing. It's like, especially if it was something that was like a voice of yours in the past, right? Sometimes we just don't want to be around it at all. That's the thing. Like we'd rather just not be around it. And sometimes that's for the best, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was going through like a thing, and like we were going out somewhere, but he like doesn't drink alcohol anymore. He's sober. He's sober, but like that's why we were going to like Chili's to grab some food. And I was telling my one buddy, I was like I had asked him ahead of time. I was like, look, dude, I don't want to like make you uncomfortable, like if anybody orders alcohol. So that's why like I asked ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To see if he's all right with it. Like just trying to think of that in mind. I'm like, because my other buddy, he likes to just, every once in a while just have like one beer or something. But I'm like, hey, we got to be mindful. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
absolutely, that's a great thing.
Yeah, like you don't know if it'll
thing.
make somebody uncomfortable. Some people are okay with it, but some people might make them uncomfortable. It doesn't make them weird or anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? If that was a vice of theirs, like, hey, some people would just rather not be around it. And I
absolutely,
get it.
And I'm not going to be the person like, hey, Steve, don't drink. Like, hey, you do you. Like, if I'm coming over your home and you're drinking, or you like, That's you.
Right.
But as far as like the nightclub thing, the bar thing, like all this, I can't do it anymore. Like I just can't. Like it's just because I feel like that's so many. Like real quick, like there's this guy. I don't ever look at no one as competition, but when we're doing the same job and we're in the same market, it sort of is competition, right? So like I look at this guy and I see he has a pretty big following. He does like the same thing that I do, makes the videos, does this, and like I see him sometimes and he's posting like on his stories. He'll be at a nightclub, he'll be at a bar, he'll be doing this, doing that. And my mindset is, I feel like I already won.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I won. Like I already have the upper hand on this guy. You know why? He lost. He's drinking. He's drinking on a Saturday at whatever time doing this, and I'm doing this. So I'm already technically like beating the guy. And it's not about beating the guy. It's not about that, but I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's just the way my mind works. Like I see that and I'm like, hey, that's a weakness. That's just how I say, hey, I'm doing this and he's doing that.
That's so true, man. I'm at a point in my life too where it's like I'd much rather be, at a point with my wife and my kids, like relax, like at home, like not out in the bars, not out in the club. Yeah. Like that scene's just not me anymore. Some people, they're in their 30s and they're still all right with that, and that's not a judgment. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's different of how they want to live their life. For me, that's just not something, because I did all that stuff in my 20s, and you know what I mean. Like it's like I'm at a point in my life where it's kind of like you move to the next stage of your life where you just that stuff really hasn't excited me for a few years. You know what I mean? It's just. It's not, okay, yeah, if we go out like watch an Eagles game or something, okay, cool. We get a table, we chill. That's not like a nightclub type thing. Like I'm not like I don't be going out to clubs doing anything like that. That's just not me. But like you said, to your competition thing, I will say I listened to an audiobook by 50 Cent. It's called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. He narrates the audiobook, and he said when he used to go to events for and they would pop bottles in the club and stuff, everybody be drinking, including like competition and stuff, like, or whatever, people be around them in the industry. And 50 would act like he was drinking, but what he would do is he'd tell one of his boys, go back and grab another bottle, refill this with like grape juice or something, or like something, or whatever. He say refill it with like sparkling water or something. And then the guy will wash the bottle out, come back, and it would look like a fresh bottle, and 50 would be drinking out of it, but he would not be intoxicated. He said, if you ever are in a business setting and you got like people who are competition around you, he said literally people will let down their inhibitions when they start drinking. He's like, meanwhile he's sober. It's so true though. But that's when you were saying that's what I was thinking.
It is because not to say that this thing is a character, right? But now you start coming out of character, especially if you're not in tune to really who you are. So then you put something into your body that alters your mind, and you start becoming something that you're not. Or you start saying things that really can exploit you. I mean, depending on what kind of situation you're in,
Right. Anna commented here. She said, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from, in Proverbs 4:23. Yes, that's so true.
Amen. Protect yourself with the armor of God.
Yes. Yeah, of course. That's why I said, like, when you wake up, like when you wake up with like a different type of intention every single day, I think when you start living life intentionally, and then like, and just understanding, like, I think gratitude is so important. So like, if I'm grateful, like just for getting up and being able to move my body, to be able to use my arms and my legs, to be able to move, to be able to think critically, to be able to make decisions and have, and not be like, man, like I can take on the world. Like,
absolutely.
I
it's
wake
the
up.
Little things. It's the little things. Like, hey, there's somewhere in this world right now where there's people getting bombed.
Yep, exactly. One of my best friends, he's been on this pod. He's from Albania, and he said, when he came here when he was 7 years old, like he remembers the days when he's a little kid. And there's freaking bombs going over, like you know what I mean? You can hear like gunshots, and I was like, literally, they're all ducking for cover. You know what I mean? And then he said, so many people come to this country and they're so ungrateful. He's like, they're so ungrateful. He's like, they don't understand what it's like to live in third world countries, or to live in just almost anywhere else outside the U.S. He's like, you know how bad it is out there, how bad it can truly be. A lot of people, so his parents, when they came here, they worked like hell. Like they lived in Upper Darby, and then they moved to the Northeast, and now they have a pretty much a fully paid off house, and they built a life for him and his brother. And it's like, they worked like hell. There's a lot of immigrants that come here, and I respect them because they work so hard to give their family a life. You have Americans here that are just people that were born in this country, and they're just so. I'm not saying they can't change their ways, but they're just so lazy. You know what I mean? They're just so lazy. They don't know what it's like to work hard.
Because it comes from, one of the things that, I consider it's like your upbringing as well, like how you were raised, like how your parents raised you, like how your parents raised you, what you've seen your parents do, and it starts from a young age, like the mindset thing. It starts definitely at a young age because think about it, you freaking at 5, 6, 7 years old, your brain's like a sponge.
Yep.
Like you don't really understand what's going on, but you take things in, like you see things, you hear things, and and all that definitely plays a part. All that definitely plays a part. Because I was joking around. I don't mean to sound kooky, right? But I was joking around with my brother the other night, and I vividly remember, like when I was younger, because my mom was a young mother, right? She had me when she was 17 years old. So I remember being I was 8 years old when she was in her 20s. But I remember her and her friends would play like the Ouija board, right?
Yep.
And dude, I would have like some weird experiences sometimes, right? But as I got older, as I grew older, I guess I came into like my own destiny, like became my own person. None of that stuff was really happening no more. And then I started thinking, I'm like, like it's crazy how spirits, not only physically, but spiritually, and how sometimes your parents do things could affect you, like at every part of life, like not only being raised, but hey, spiritually. Like I heard, like I was watching something where there was this lady, she practices voodoo, right? And she was saying like it's really hard she said the hardest like souls or whatever they say to prey on, she was like, were kids who had parents who prayed for them. Because they were like blocked, like the God's armor, they were blocked by the armor of prayer. And it's so true, man. It's so true. And I feel like hitting back on the purpose thing, like once you find your true purpose, once you find your real father, right? Once you really figure out the origins of why we're here. And I was talking earlier about like even humans, how we harm each other.
Yeah.
Like we were taught that. Like where did that concept come? Hey, I'm gonna take another human being's life. Or where, you know what I mean? Where did these things come from? They all have an origin. Our language has an origin.
Like, exactly.
Morality has an origin.
Right, exactly. It's like it's where it all like starts. It's like the Bible, it doesn't talk about harming one another. It doesn't talk like that's not what it's, you know what I mean? We're taught to love one another. Literally, what do they say in the Bible? Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's supposed to, and that was, like you said, that was taught. That came somewhere. It was taught somewhere. But when we look in history books, right, what is it all about? A lot of it is like this war and that war, and it's been going on for so long. It's just a ton of fighting. I mean,
and people don't even realize, a lot of people don't realize, or I don't think people are aware, is that the Bible is not a book of religion. The Bible is a book of principle. Like it's a book of principle that gives you the guideline on how you should live your life according to Jesus Christ, who was the greatest human freaking man that ever walked the earth.
It's so true. It's so true.
And I feel like that's becoming more so of a thing that people are battering as well, is Jesus. Not to be like, I don't want to bring religion or anything into it, but hey, it's true. Like people look down on you now. You know that now? People they look at you weird for saying certain things. Like, hey, it's just like I hold the door for you.
Yeah. Or if you follow God, sometimes people think you're like self-righteous, or stuff. People will judge you for that too. They'll think, oh, this person thinks they're better than everyone else because they follow God. And it's like, it's absolutely not true. While there could be some people that act like that, it's like, that is not true for the majority of people. It's like, And the principles, you're right, man. That's what it is, a book of principles. My buddy Bryce, he's about to be a father to his second child coming up in January. That's my guy. He sent me a thing. It's like man of God characteristics. It goes through like confidence, respect, growth, discipline, strength, kindness. And it has like a Bible verse for each one of them. Like it has, I'm actually going to, I'll send it to you.
Do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said it was something that he was like, man, it's like just having my son. He has a daughter. He's like, I'm now at a spot where it's like I just want to be the best man that I can be for my children. It's like he started to get more in touch with his faith again, and he's like he's rereading the Bible, and then he said he was even looking at like the Quran and just like looking around. He's like really just trying to stay current and like starting his day off with like the word of God every single day. And it's like, that's what it comes down to though, man. A lot of people think it's all religion. It's like, nah, it's a book of principles.
No, seriously. Like there's nothing erratic in that book. Like there's nothing delusional. There's nothing like it's a book of solid principles that gives you the guideline of like really like how to live your life. And it's powerful. Like it's powerful. Like it's really powerful. Right. You can even apply certain, like there's certain. You familiar with Myron Golden? Have you heard of Myron?
Yeah, I've heard Myron. Yeah.
God, that guy is so sharp. Like the way he just, like the way, like his business structure, like how he applies the principles from the Bible.
So true.
Into business. Like, and it works every time because when you're speaking to someone about anything, they sense your presence, they sense your love, they sense if you're real, they sense if you're fake. Like, all this stuff matters. Stuff matters.
Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier, man. Energy is so people can pick up on energy, man. That's like where it starts. Like people can tell if your energy is authentic or if it's not. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had to sort of humble myself too, because there was like a point in time where someone would tell me something negative, and instead of me, I'd be like, "Oh man, don't please. I want to protect I want to protect myself. Hey, I don't want to hear your negativity."
Right.
All the time. Hey. Right. But you know, we're loving, right? We have to love at the same time. So
exactly. I think people are entitled to vent. I listen to people. The thing for me is if it's somebody who's complaining about the same things all the time and nothing changed. Like, okay, well, so what's going on here? Like, what are we doing to like change these things? You know what I mean? It's like, because things are going to pop up in life like all the time. And it's like, and you'll know, like if you're in a relationship or you're married, of course your partner is sometimes going to want to vent. Like, life happens, friends, family, your partner, your kids, things are going to happen. And you being there for them is so important. But it's like, if I've met people who are you've met these type of people who are just constant complainers. I mean, all they do is complain. That negativity can rub off on you.
Yeah.
It can rub off on you.
Definitely could. And I always like there's certain situations I was in, like when I was working in the vacation ownership thing for a while. And you would have your group of guys, right? Like any type of job, you have your groups of guys, right? Like coffee drinkers or smokers or this or that. And I was just sitting there. And I was just thinking to myself, and there was a colleague of mine who was sitting next to me. And you see all these guys, you see one group of guys, right? There's like 3 or 4 guys. They'll have their papers in their hands. They're all spoofy looking. They're all just looking at their papers, strategizing with each other how they're going to close this or close that. Then you see the other guys sitting by the coffee machine, drinking coffee, laughing. And I'm like, so do you think that I'm like, it's amazing how there's 2 separate mindsets in the same room at one time. Like this group of people was having a way different conversation than this group of people.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, my guy James, he's one of my mentors, but it's funny. He I think we were talking about this. He calls them office flies. Like they'll come to the office and they're the same people that are just having a cup of coffee, Joe just laughing it up. It's like meanwhile, it's like a lot of the guys who are producers who are making money, they're the guys who are not consistently like sitting around like the office, like it's like they're producing. Like it's like a lot of these guys are just, because in real estate's about what you produce, because it's not like another job where it's like a salary, like, hey, you got to go out and you got to earn.
Yeah, you have to, like, if you're not producing, you're not eating. Like you have no livelihood. have no livelihood. Like, I don't think what people see with these kind of things and with this type of thing, it's that you have like people don't. I feel like when you put the money first, it sets you back because you get something called like commission breath, to where now you're looking at someone and you're just praying and hoping and like, oh my God, versus coming at it from a different perspective, like. And that's what we're talking about, because God will bless you with abundance of people. So, hey, like, I have to tell someone the other day, I'm like, hey, buddy, like, it's on you if you want me to represent you as your realtor at the end of the day. Like, I have tons of people. I have people who are building. I have people who are buying inventory homes. I have people that are a year out, people that are 2 months out, people that want to buy now. It really doesn't affect, not to be arrogant, but it really doesn't affect me either way with your decision. Like, obviously I want to help you, but the choice is yours.
Yeah.
And once you approach it from that type of mindset, it's sort of like, it's different than someone, can you sign this? Can you do this? Or hey, it's different.
Yeah.
Like, selling is about listening and asking the right questions.
Yep. And that's how you make the money. That's what we were saying. Like, right. If you're attentive to your clientele, you're attentive to their needs, you listen, you work hard for them, you go to bat for them, that's going to make you money. It's like, whereas like if only you're doing is focusing on the dollar, that's that mindset that's going to set you back. It's like money comes when people want respect, people want to be heard, people want to be listened to. And guess what? You show up and listen to their needs and be able to go to bat for them and work your ass off for them. It's like, hey, they're going to that money's going to come to you.
You get paid to solve problems. You listen and you solve a problem. You listen and solve the problem. There's always some pain. There's always some underlying pain. And it's, what do I have to fix this person's pain? It's as simple as that. Hey, I sold two different, like I told, the one was a $60,000 product. The other one was close to $100,000 product. And remind you, I only known these people for an hour. And both of those people, like the one guy, he was something as simple as making conversation about the guy's shirt, because I seen he had on like some like airplane type of shirt, and the guy was really into aviation. His son was a pilot. We sat there. I talked nothing about the product. Me and this guy were just product, a little bit of product, back into the conversation. The guy had no problem spending money with me, and the last thing, we didn't even talk about a product. We talked about the product for 5 minutes. The rest of it was how he sat on an airplane for 5 hours this way, and his son is this, his son is that. People just want to tell their story, and it's up to you just to listen and just.
Yep. And that's where authenticity comes in. See, like how you made that conversation and you listened to that person and just heard them, right? Heard their story. Whereas like if you're when you're just reading about a product, it almost comes off as a forced like sales type of pitch, where people can feel that. People can feel that. And it comes off as a sales pitch.
The one older lady I had, she spent $60,000 with me. She was an old lady. She didn't even want to. She was like, "I'm not buying nothing, honey." Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You know why? Because actually it's 2:00 and I was supposed to be home anyways. So, hey, I want to go home just like you. So let's get this thing done and over with. We're going to grab a cup of coffee. Let's just talk. Sit the lady down. She ends up being she was from the Jersey Shore, and she owned like seafood restaurants. We were just talking about our granddaughters and this and that and this and that. 40 minutes goes by, and I'm not going to lie, I did want to go home. So there comes to a point where it's like, so then I talked about the product. Literally an hour talking about her grandchildren, all her restaurants that she owns down the shore, all this, all that. Product for 5 minutes. Oh, okay, how do I pay for it?
Yeah, someone who came in with a complete mindset, they weren't buying anything, and it's like, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
that's where I get. I always, like I tell people, that's how I try to teach people. I'm like, hey, assume they're not buying nothing. Like, don't sit here, don't get commission breath. Treat people with respect. Assume they're not buying. Like, I didn't expect you to make a decision today. Right? I didn't expect you to make a choice today, because I don't make choices on the same day either.
Yeah.
We don't like.
We like to take
that's
time.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. Man, I could go into spiels and spiels. That's eventually what I want to get into now is like once this thing starts really, 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 really picking up, is I want to help young men like ourselves.
Right. Able to help them to learn to grow. That's so important, man.
Because you don't always need a college degree, like a master's degree to make good money. Like don't get it wrong. Like, hey, it's great to have it, but you don't always need it. You don't always need it to do certain things, depending on what you're into.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I went to college too, and I will say that. I will always say that. It's like, honestly, a lot of the stuff you learn in college, like I didn't learn like really anything in my field until my final couple semesters. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's like the first 3 years, it's like a bunch of gen ed courses and stuff that like I never use. I'm gonna be honest. Like it's just so, to be honest, there's so many ways you can get certifications online now too, depending on what your career field is or what you're trying to do. Like I work in finance, for instance, but like there are a lot of degrees that you will need to go to college for to
Absolutely.
You want to become a nurse, you're going to have to go get a bachelor's degree. You want to be an engineer,
100%.
you're going to need a bachelor's degree because you're going to need the math and to learn all that stuff. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to law school. You want to be a doctor, you got to go to med school. Like there's a lot of fields that are necessary for college, but there are also a lot of people who go to college for degrees that like they can't really utilize or do anything with, and you're spending a ton of money on tuition. And I think student loans are some of the most predatory things, because you notice when it comes to bankruptcy, they're one thing that like you can't get rid of. And it's hard. Yeah, it's crazy. It's kids are targeted at such a young age to go to college and to do all these things, but a lot of times at 18 years old, you really don't know what you want to do with your life.
Exactly.
Most people at 18 don't know what they want to do with their life.
Exactly.
And pressure from parents, pressure from, lots of, it's just, and there's also a lot of money to be made in like trades and stuff too. People don't look at those routes, they're up and coming, and it's like
down here, like, hey, HVAC, it's freaking hot damn near all year round.
Yeah. I'm happy in my high school, Father Judge. They now they have a trade program at the school. I love that. I love what they're doing over there, because to be honest, they need to talk more about those types of things. It's like, because everybody is just in the mindset of college. It's like, but like you can get yourself into a lot of debt if you don't know what you want to do, and that can become a serious problem. Like I said, that doesn't get wiped on bankruptcies. So you have to be.
It's unfortunate. What do you feel like you got out of college? No, seriously, like, do you feel did it develop you as a man? I remember we were speaking about we were talking about the public speaking thing. Like, there's good things about it too, right? Like, there's good, and then like, what do you feel like you personally? What did you intake from attending college?
I would say one thing too, connections that I built through college for sure. Like I was saying, my buddy Bryce, who my buddy Bryce, who sent me those principles, we have a connection to this day. I met him in 2015, 10 years ago, and we have a connection. So I definitely built connections through it. Like you said, the communications course that I took, a lot of public speaking, that developed me a little bit as well. I'd actually say this podcast ultimately helped me out a lot with communication for sure. Being a better listener and communicator. But I would say through college too, the last couple semesters were vital to what I'm doing now in my field. But I'm going to be honest, the first 3 years, a lot of it was just more so making connections. I will say it teaches you almost like it teaches you responsibility, right? Like you have to be able to study for your exams and be able to, that's one thing I'll say about college too, is I was working overnights and then I was going to college. So like I had to learn how to balance that. And at one point I was working 2 jobs, like 70 hours a week, and I'm going to school
and college. Yeah.
And I had to learn the like time management, being able to still find time to go to the gym and to be able to, that's one thing it teaches for sure.
Yeah. You see, and that's something, and that's not, you didn't go to college for time management.
Right.
But going to college, you learned how to manage time. You know what I mean? Like there's always little things how you even, like there's just a lot of things. Like there's just so many things that you can learn that you don't intend on learning. Because that was like a real life experience. Like you learned how to manage your time. Like you learned how to manage school and working 2 jobs.
Yep, exactly. So it
still get your degree and still make money.
It builds character for sure. And it also got me obviously entry into the field that I work in now. So like I wouldn't have probably got a look if I didn't have a bachelor. Well, it's not even probably. I needed a bachelor's degree to get into my field. So it was like, it works out. And there's a lot of money to be made in the finance field for sure. You can make a ton of money. But Yeah, a lot of times you do need a bachelor's for a lot of the roles. But I will say, really do your research. There's a lot. I feel like certifications are going to be a different way of the
I do
world too
too.
coming around. There's a lot of financial certification. That's a lot of times what I do now. I don't have a master's. I don't have an MBA. But what I do is I try to take these courses online, like financial modeling courses or like Power BI or like
Good, man.
Tableau, and try to learn the different systems. If you can put those on your resume, people are like, okay, you got familiarity with these
Yeah.
systems and these systems. Like, okay, tell me about your experience with that, or like your certification in that, or like what did you learn? And
See, and
if
that's
it can,
strong because hey, look, that's my thing. That's my thing right here. Like to get, this is not even what I believe. It's the truth because like a lot of success, no matter what field you're in, and you have to learn systems. Like you have to have systems put in place. Like
yeah,
there has to be some type of system put in place so where like it has to be, especially what I do. Like everything has to be organized because hey, like a lot of things can get mixed up, right? Like you have 200 people, 200 leads over here. You have to make sure these people are gotten to. You sent this one a text message. She scheduled this Zoom call. You know what I mean? Like there has to be a
yeah,
system, or else it's going to be, you're going to have tons of leads. You're going to be over flooded, overwhelmed, and not know what to do. Like it has to
exactly.
be structured. There has to be some kind of system because
Organization.
everything is ran through a system.
Yep, exactly. If there's no organization, it's just chaos, man.
Yeah, no matter what system it is, like it's just a system.
Yeah,
Like, and that's why I
exactly.
always tell people, I'm like, hey, don't learn the actual thing. Like, learn how to operate the shit. Like, learn the system.
Yeah,
Like, we know how to spend money. We know how to make money. We know how to do this. Hey, do you know about the fractional reserve system? Like, do you know that? You know what I mean? Like, we pay interest on our money. Do you know the Federal Reserve is a private entity that's not a real bank that prints money? Learn the systems. Like, learn systems.
Yeah, and basically all systems, all they really do is they're it's like output, but like they're to organize data, right? So you have to figure out how do these systems
Yeah.
organize data? How do they translate data? It's all about
Mhm.
efficiency, and that's ultimately what
Oh
systems are
man,
built for. It's all to make
that's
things more
that's
efficient.
powerful. I say that every day. I
Yeah,
say I say that every day. I say, hey, this whole thing that I have in place, I said this is to execute efficiency. Just
exactly.
to
Save
create
on time.
efficiency. Exactly. Save you time. Save you time. Hey, we can't be 20 different places at one time.
Hmm.
I can't answer 50 different people at one time. We can't be on 20 phone calls at one time. It's just impossible.
Exactly. The more time you can, this time's the one thing you can't get back, man. You know what I mean? Money will come and go, but I'm like, yo, time you can't get back. The more efficient you can be, and you can do things quicker, be able to close on things quicker, be able to make money quicker. It's like that's more time you get back for yourself to spend with your family and to be able to spend with, you know what I mean? That's more time you get back to you instead of wasting time.
Absolutely. And I
That's
joke around
important.
all the time. And there's going to be when a client buys the home, right? New construction home. Of course, you have an inspection period, right? The home gets
Yep.
inspected. And then with the builder, they do something called a blue tape walkthrough where the client and the builder of the home will walk through the home. They have a little bit of blue tape and all any imperfections. Like if this is a chip here, a cabinet here, they go around the whole house. And I'm like,
Yep.
hey, we ain't going to be able to go to these things anymore because our time is way more valuable doing this.
Right.
There are clients, but hey, we're taking literally an hour, 2 hours out of our time to do this tape shit. Hey, well, we still need this over here. We still have to make sure that this is working. We still have to make sure this is working. You know,
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, hey,
that's it, man.
we have to make sure, yeah, we have to double check. And like, yeah, 'cause if there's like one issue with any system, it can just throw everything off. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, you create a freaking an efficient system. Create something. Create a system that's efficient. Hey, you'll see the results definitely. No
Exactly.
matter what you're doing, hey, you have good people, good system, good belief. Look, even your belief, the belief system.
Exactly. Yep. It's so true. It's so true, man. It's so
Everything's a
important.
system. Our bodies, everything's a system, man. But I can keep
Exactly.
going for hours. I can keep going for hours.
Yeah, man. Man, it's been good combo, man. Like it's crazy. See, like what do we say at the beginning? Or like how quickly like a podcast go? We're already an hour and 35 minutes in, but I knew because me and Ray, man, we can flow. Like I know, like we were talking, like I said, we had like a 3-hour conversation a few weeks ago, and today we were talking for like an hour and a half. So like,
yeah, we did. We definitely did. I looked at the phone, like shit, 1:30. I'm like, holy shit, like an hour and 30 minutes.
But man, like more people like need these types of conversations, like the stimulating conversations, because we get caught up like with so many like. I'm not gonna like, BS conversations and, and everybody just like, it's where they're like, there's nothing, it's okay to have like leisure and just chill, like conversations. It's like, but, I think the world definitely needs more like stimulating conversations. A lot of people though, it depends on the wavelength that they're on, right. Or what their mindset is. Cause everybody's different. And
let me tell you, man, if I thought your podcast was bullcrap, I would not have been on.
Right.
Seriously.
Right. Yeah,
like,
and I respect that too, man, because you know what I mean? People will just say yes to come on to things or like just to do anything. Like it's kind of like people pleasing, right? But you're not, if it's not something you align with, a lot of people won't they won't speak up or say anything. They'll just be like, oh yeah, because like I'm your boy, or like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. No, absolutely.
I respect that.
Absolutely. Look, she was in the office and I kicked her out of the office. I'm like, hey, I have a podcast to be on. I just put our daughter to bed. I took my shower. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know if you want to leave the room. You could stay here. I'm like, but I have to be at this podcast and I want to be on this podcast.
Man, I respect that, man.
Because I'm a viewer too. Like I'm a fan as well. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've commented in the past, man. I put your comments on the screen, man. Like Ray's watched her on Facebook before, man. I've literally had you tune in the conversation. Like you were in some of the conversations here, man.
Absolutely. Now we got to start getting you sponsored, right? Sponsored by
exactly.
Having like a Red Bull.
Gary Barbera is on the boulevard.
Hey, Gary, give him a sponsor. Come on, let's get this thing going.
You're like, and by the way, check out Gary Barbera is on the boulevard.
It's good though, man. Like, there's this because you're opening the door for so many different conversations, so many different like characters, so many different walks of life.
For sure. Like I said, I got people like that I've known from like all different walks, like people that like I've known, but I haven't like seen in person in like years. People will reach out to me like, and this is like even recently, like that they've like, I love what you're doing with the podcast, or like they'll message me on Messenger or Instagram. It's like I don't even know, like, because YouTube, like it tells you like how many viewers. Same thing with Facebook, but it doesn't break down the metric of like who's watching. So like for privacy reasons. So people will reach out to me. I don't always know who's like watching, and I'm like, wow, like so people are watching, and like, you know what I mean? But I always say to anybody who's afraid, not just on podcasting, but like Ray was saying, like with like any type of business, putting yourself out there, real estate, say anything you're doing, don't be afraid to like put yourself on camera. There's going to be people like when I started a podcast, I'm like, there's probably people that looked at this and were just like, look at this dork, like doing a pod, like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, people are going to talk, like, and at the end of the day, so you cannot please everybody. So you just put yourself out there, and
those are the same people who wouldn't even have the
balls to do it.
Not even balls. Hey, the ability.
The ability to do it. Yep.
The freaking ability to get in front of a camera, to get on a microphone, and because technically, hey, it don't matter if there's one person watching, 2 people watching, or 1 million. You're putting yourself out there on the internet. Exactly,
and it's a lot of people. They don't have the ability to do that. So it's like. And anybody who's going to be like talking trash or making fun, like I'm gonna keep it real. Like I always say this to anybody, it's like those people ain't truly content with their lives, because anybody who's truly content and happy with themselves, they're not going to feel the need to bring down other people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We're made to bring people up.
Exactly. It's like, I want everybody to eat. I don't want anybody to, you know what I mean? I want everybody to be able to eat. I want everybody to be able to grow. We can all win in this world.
Absolutely.
So.
We could all win. We could all do great. One of the biggest things this is going back, but like talking about that, I feel like one of another problem is that it's just wrongful use of time. Like people don't know how to like manage time management. Like people don't know how to use their time efficiently. Right. Like, efficiently use their time to do something that's gonna, hey, it don't even have to be, not even a money-making activity. Hey, what did you do for yourself that made you feel good today?
Right. Like, what did you do?
Something that made you feel good. Like, hey, you have to, like, it's in the mind. Like, you can't. The last thing you want to do is feel sorry for yourself. It's good. Express and that's why it's so important to express your emotions and to let your emotions out. You don't want to live, you don't want to live depressed. You don't want to live bottled up. You want to be able to express yourself. Do something that makes you feel good.
It's so cool. It's
Take
so
a
true.
walk, smoke a cigarette, whatever floats your boat. Like do something that makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be the biggest thing, and it doesn't have to be what the world considers good or
A
what the world
positive
considers.
thing, right?
Yeah, like shit, do for yourself. Like
Exactly. You know who you are. It's like, yeah, don't. It doesn't have to be what a Instagram influencer is saying
yeah,
is like the healthy thing to do for yourself. And it's like, hey,
yeah.
it's you know what I mean.
We're all human. We're all different.
And that's where it's exactly, and that's where it's so important to understand ourselves. Like you have to understand yourself, and you know yourself. Yeah. So
What works for me isn't going to work for you. What works for you might not work for me, or it might work. Like we don't know. We're all human.
Exactly.
We're all fleshly. We're all in the flesh.
We're all unique, and we should be proud of who we are because you know what? At the end of the day, it's like there's nobody exactly like us. Nobody.
Absolutely. You're created. You're created with purpose.
Yes. Yep.
That's up to you to find the purpose. Like, hey, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. Find the purpose.
Exactly.
And then execute and try not to make excuses. As much as you don't want to do it, as much as you don't want to do it, as much as I don't like waking up, I wake up.
Yep. Exactly. It's like, and with purpose, it kind of helps you a little bit. But I was gonna say, the one thing I'll say too is like God carves our path for us, but He also gave us free will. So it's up to us. It's up to us to make those decisions on a daily basis. Like you have to go towards. We can go towards this path, or we can just not listen to Him. Sometimes that's what happens. A lot of times, people just they don't try to hear what God's trying to call for you or you're calling for you. You know, you'd rather go another direction. At the end of the day, it's free will.
It is, and I still am like a big thing of free will, and I was getting so bad with me with free will that I would just start feeling not bad for people. So I'd say, hey, I have to humble myself a little bit, like, because my thing was, hey, you have free will to do whatever you want. Hey, I don't feel bad for this person. We all have decisions. Like we were talking about the other day, like we're born. Hey, we might not be living in a world that's perfect, in a country that's perfect, but we live in a place where we could go and create something, and we have opportunity. Like we have shelter, we have food, right? We have water, we have just the necessities that some other people don't have. Like,
yeah. Go to a third world country. They don't have those basic resources. You know what I mean?
They need an opportunity to get water. Like they need an opportunity for like a food pack to fall from the sky. Like we have opportunity.
Right. It's like you have your essentials here in this, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people it's just it's like they just choose not to. It's like that and that's the thing. It's like, okay, well what actions are you making on a daily basis? It's like and at some point, if you're not happy, you have to question, like, okay, well, what are my actions on a daily basis? How do I change these? It's like, and even if you're struggling, like mental health, anything like that, it's like, okay, how do I get help for this? Like, how do I, you know what I mean? How do I get help? How do I?
I'm a big thing on that because everybody wants to gossip, right? Everyone wants to talk. Everybody wants to murmur. Everybody wants to do this, but hey, like. Has anyone ever talked about solving the problem? Like, has everyone ever talked about the solution to what's going on? Hey, we know the problem's there. Let's not focus on the problem. Let's focus on the solution to the problem. Like,
exactly. So true, man. So true. It's just people. I don't know, like, and everybody I think recognizes things at different paces. Like some people go their whole life just staying in the same loop, and that's the saddest thing. I think. What are they saying? In the movie A Bronx Tale, he goes, the saddest thing is wasted talent. But it is so true. It is so true.
It is. And that's funny because I always felt that in my heart. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be wasted talent. Like I don't want to, because life passes us.
Yeah.
Like we're 32. We're about to be 33. And it was like we were just 12, 10, 9 years old.
I know. Remember the campground days, man. Like not a care in the world. Playing what baseball at the blacktop or stickball at the blacktop, man. Like just the old school days where there wasn't a care in the world, man. Going to the boardwalk and enjoying life like as kids.
Now we have to start really preparing for our 40s.
Yeah, literally.
Our late 30s, our 40s, like setting that up. Like
And as we were once kids, now we're preparing to give our kids that life. You know what I mean? Be able to to provide a life for them. It's like it's that next stage. You know what I mean? And it goes so quickly, man. It's like that's why living with intention is so important. It's so important because time can pass you so quickly.
Like everything should be done with. This is my like everything should be done with attention. Of course, is everything that I do based off intention? No, because I'm human. Like, of course, like we're gonna want to be entertained, right? We're gonna want to like do this or do that. But hey, you have to like focus in. Like you have to really sacrifice. You have to sacrifice something.
Yep, exactly. It's so
and
important.
That's the hard part. People don't understand the sacrifice. Like you have to sacrifice something.
People don't, man. People don't want to. That's the thing. It's like nobody wants to. Like who wants to sacrifice? I don't want to give this up. It's like, well, nobody said they want to. It's like, but in order to get to a better place, like you have to. Like if you're making the same decisions every single day, you're not where you want to be. Okay, well, what are you going to sacrifice? What are you going to give up? You can't expect to not sacrifice anything and then to magically just out of the sky be able to change your life. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you're not just going to hit the lottery. You're not just going to like. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen like that.
And I always stay away. Like I just stay away from complainers. I stay away from really anyone. I don't mean to be arrogant or anything, but I try to like protect my energy. I try to protect my family's energy. I try to make sure that the people that are around or close to me, like everyone has, like you said, everyone has some kind of intention. Like everybody has something to do. Everyone is moving with good intention. That's really it.
Exactly.
You don't want to get up and talk in front of a room and no one has purpose. Like, what are we doing?
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That energy rubs off on you too. People complain they're lacking purpose. There's nothing. It rubs off on you. And then guess what? You bring that home and then you got your wife, you got your kids. That rubs off on them. You see what I'm saying? Especially as like the man of your household. It's like those things like we're meant as men to set the example. So it's like those things all rub off, man. Like it's just, there's people in my life that I'm still like, I'm cordial with, like I'm cool with, but I don't spend a lot of time with them because it's like, there are certain people that like, they're good people, have good hearts. Like, so like, I wouldn't associate if they didn't have a good heart. They weren't a good person, but then it's like, also they complain sometimes that's too much. And like, I can't be around that, man, just because I don't want that to rub off on me. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? If you're around people that are always negative minded, you just, that's going to bring you down. If they're always complaining, they're always negative.
You're absolutely right. I don't like hate. I don't even like to use that word hate. I dislike, I just dislike, I don't know. I can't deal with it either. That's something I really don't like. Like someone who's constantly complaining, like someone who's this, someone who's that. Like, oh, I have to fix my solar today, or I have to do like,
yeah. It's like
it's a 15-minute phone call. Step away from your problem for a second. Spend 15 minutes on this phone call. Do you not realize this 15 minutes could not your problem, but that person's problem, like all your problems really can be solved if you took a 15-minute phone call.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the difference too, is like that's what I say. So I tell people, I'm like, people are going to complain. I complain about things sometimes. It's like, but it's the people who are like chronic complainers. Like all they do is constantly complain. It's like, there's a difference. Like I said, if you're a man, your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, they're going to complain sometimes. And guess what? That's up to you to be the stable presence, to be able to listen, to be able to hear them. Sure. But it's like, there's some people, I know probably almost everybody knows those people that all they do is complain, but you can tell it's because they want validation from you to like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like they're going like, you know what I mean? There's people that constantly crave that all the time.
It's funny, right? It's funny you say that. It's like my brothers and like even my mom sometimes, they won't even call me about certain things. They're like, Raymond, like we already know what you're going to say. You have free will to do whatever you want. Like there's problems that people don't even bother to call me no more because to tell me about anything negative. Of course, they're going to call me to talk, but when it comes to like negativity, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to hear about that.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you got your own issues too, man. You know what I mean, dude? We're all like, you got a family and kids and everything, that, and you're dealing with hardships. That everybody dealing with tough things,
I
man.
look at broken bones like it's negative. I'm like, oh, he broke his leg. He'll be all right. I don't want to hear about it no more. That's it.
Yeah, man. We all have things that we're going through, man. Especially if like you're someone who has a family, man. And you're. It's just how it is. Like, you know what I mean. We're all dealing with things.
It's just too much responsibility.
Right. So it's hard, and there's only so many hours in a day too.
I know that's one thing I always wish there was more time in a day. Like always just more time in a day.
That's so true, man.
Like you wake up and your day's over.
Literally. Yep. Exactly. It's like I feel like I just woke up this morning and was in the gym. I'm like, it's already freaking almost 9:30.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. Early bird gets the worm, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, yo, man, I want to say this was a good episode, man. We almost went almost 2 hours here.
I enjoyed it, brother. Like I really did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I enjoyed it. I like to talk, so.
Nah, man, we both do. So I was gonna say, yeah, man, I'll definitely chop up like some like short form content. Man, I know you're on TikTok and stuff, and what I can do too is I can send you, I think an email probably the easiest way, man. I can email you the actual episode if you want like the whole recording, man. If you ever want to do anything with it to like put any content, man. But for sure to get it out there for you.
Hey, man, I was even thinking like, hey, it's good. It's good. This you're paving. You're introducing like a platform for people to do something like to spread a message and I think it's great.
Yeah, man. It's not even just with people I know. Like sometimes like people come to me. Like I said, I met people in California, Philippines, like different spots. But also, I'll see some people that are sometimes on my Facebook or my Instagram, people that I don't even know how I became friends with. And I'll see that they're doing like good things. You could tell like they're God centered, different types of things, but they're growing like in different areas, and like they're all about personal growth. And I'll be like, yeah, I just reached out recently to this guy Frank, and I was like, yo, man, I don't know how I know you on here, but yo, I love what you're doing, man. I was telling him I run a podcast, like, hey, man, do you want to talk more? And like, yo, I can like, just and that's important too when you're in these types of industries, is just putting yourself out there. And I've met people by just seeing somebody on my Facebook that I don't even know how we're friends, and it's like you see the stuff that they're posting, and it's like, hey, like if it aligns with what you're doing for your mission here, it's like, hey, like reach out, like put yourself out there where somebody can tell you is, nah, I'm not interested, or I don't have the time right now. Like, what, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't, because you can always say no.
Exactly. So
the same way you say yes, you can always say no. Like, you know what I mean? No, but I think it's good. Keep doing what you're doing. And I definitely want to be on another episode. I definitely want to make something happen. Maybe I could get Ariel on next time. Like we both can get on and
for sure.
For
sure, man. We could do a whole episode that way, man. That would be awesome, man. Have like a whole little discussion episode, man. And I'm sure, man, there'll be some growth from the time you're on this episode to the next one, man. I'm excited to hear more about the business and everything.
Yeah, same, man. Same.
Love that, bro.
We're gonna have next episode. We're gonna have 2 million viewers live.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's like, oh, it's that's what it's about too, man. I love that. Like as many people as I can reach, man. That's my purpose behind it, man. Is being able to have somebody come on here and hey, somebody might see a story on here that like inspires them, or hey, you know what I mean. So I want people to learn and grow from this podcast, and I also want my guests to be able to come on here and also be able to tell their story.
And another here, I'm gonna bring this up before I leave because it just hit me right now, and I wanted to tell you, but I never. Another thing is that you're in some kind of way, so you're helping me too, because now I'm getting the experience of being on a live podcast, like to where now I'm comfortable with getting interviewed or getting, you know what I mean? So like you're teaching me as well.
Yep. So if another podcast comes your way, boom, like you have some experience on here that you throw something.
And dude, like it's amazing. It's amazing.
Exactly, man. I love that, man. So hey, man, we'll definitely have you on another episode, man, in the future, man. Yeah, man. If it's just you or you and Ariel, like absolutely,
definitely, we'll block our schedules off, boom, and definitely want to make this happen again.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Well, yo, man, thank you for taking the time to come on tonight, man. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all, man. We'll definitely be in touch. All right.
All right, Steve. Have a good night. All right.
You as well, man. God bless.
God bless. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Okay.
Right.
Likewise, man. Later.
Right.